Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel. Today it is Arsenal versus Chelsea. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm absolutely bricking it for this one. Not because there's loads at stake, other than the pride, the heart, the soul, and just the praying, the hoping that Chelsea might actually show up and put in an average performance for a Premier League fixture. All I'm asking for is to be competitive and play better than a 2.5 out of 10. Can we collectively look at a 90 minutes of football and say, there were moments and spells where we actually played well. We had shots on target. We maybe hit the woodwork. I was literally just on Last Man Standing, the show with Bet Victor, just now, talking about shots that are on target, shots that hit the post are considered a shot off target. I would love Chelsea to hit the woodwork. I'm not even exaggerating when I say this. I just want to be on the edge of my seat again, but to hope and pray against an Arsenal team who haven't really been playing very well. The last 4 matches they've played, they haven't won. And all of a sudden, they're second in the Premier League after leading for 247 nights of the season. Arsenal are now second, and that is where they're going to finish this season. Manchester City, they know what to do. As soon as it hits February, win, 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 win. Arsenal, I don't even think they've bottled it. They've bottled individual games, but overall, Man City are a juggernaut. Man City have become the most boring story in the Premier League. Other than the entertainment value of a Chelsea match, Manchester City, we just know every single year Guardiola's got the system down. He looks at the league, he looks at how to manage his squad, manage his players, brings in all the right signings, and then they just steamroll forwards. This Arsenal team, this season at times, I've been watching them and thinking, that is how you do it. Frank Lampard has said it himself in the pre-match press conference for this game. The way that Arsenal gave Mikel Arteta the time, Chelsea need to initially get the appointment of the next manager correct in the first place, and then we need to expect something similar. Mikel Arteta has proven this season that he's a top manager. He was given time when everything went wrong at Arsenal. Arteta was shown, okay, we understand. Right now it's not working, but we see the potential. We see what you're trying to do implementation-wise at the club. For Chelsea, Frank has basically been alluding in his press conference saying, we don't have an attack. Okay, well, we spent 600 million, bought a ton of attackers, but we don't have an attack, which is why in today's preview for tonight's Arsenal versus Chelsea match, we are going with an attack that we've never seen before. And if we don't see it, I'm seriously looking at Frank Lampard. I'm thinking, mate, that clipboard that you just keep walking around the training ground with, I would pay someone the entirety of what the first week of May would make me on my YouTube channel. I would pay to exclusively get a look at Frank's clipboard. I want to know what he writes down. How has he managed to go through and get the thesaurus out and explain what he sees? Because unless what we see on the training pitch, which, looking at Ben Chilwell shoot balls into basketball hoops, we can find the net there. But on the pitch, it's 1 goal in 5 matches. It is 0 wins, 0 draws in 5 games. And we go to an Arsenal team who we're going to learn a lot about where this Arsenal team are in conjunction to the upcoming years in the Premier League. If, now that Arsenal goes second, they don't show up tonight against Chelsea when they can still win the league, as highly unlikely as it is that Man City will drop points in 2 separate matches. Arsenal need to go out there and win every single match, and they need to fight to make sure they do, because one major blip in this season, that is all it takes now for Man City to take over. Chelsea have been in a blip for longer than I can remember. I do not remember the last time I was A, entertained, but B, celebrated something where when we look forward, we actually believe we're heading in the right direction. At the moment, we're rabbit in the headlights every single game. And to expect us to go to Arsenal tonight and get anything other than a whooping, even if we've got the 3rd best defence in the Premier League, I don't see this going any other way than an Arsenal win. And that is a problem. As a Chelsea fan, it is a big problem to go into a London derby against one of the teams we despise more than any other and pretty much know we're going to lose. I hope tonight that we can see a little bit of fight from these Chelsea players, because stopping Arsenal winning the league means a lot if you're Chelsea. We saw the way that Ashley Cole was communicating with Cucurella, Chilwell before the Real Madrid game. This game probably means more to Ashley Cole than half of the team, because he signed for Chelsea, was then hated by Arsenal, won it all with Chelsea, knows what it is to be a Chelsea player, and was the epitome, or one of those players that was a core during that time when Chelsea had a spine, when Chelsea could grind out wins, blow teams off the park. We're so far away from that right now. My expectations are in the mud. They are beneath the ground, buried 6 feet under. The excitement isn't really there, but the lineup I've gone with tonight, I've gone with a 4-2-3-1 formation. And we start with Kepa in goal. At this point, the goalkeeping position, I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. Mendy lost his spot under Graham Potter. Kepa came in. The statistics saved him. And there's still the same issues over and over again. He can't save shots from outside the box. We got to hope that Arsenal don't go for that. But Arteta's a smart manager. They've got players like Martin Odegaard who can unleash it. Granit Xhaka from outside the box. Arsenal will score tonight from outside the box. I'm telling you now. The back four, no Reece James between now and the end of the season. So Trevor Chalobah is my right back. If I'd have gone with wing backs, I'd have played Ruben Loftus-Cheek. But Trevor's going to be there on the right. Wesley Fofana, Thiago Silva in the middle, Ben Chilwell left back. It's getting difficult to pick this team, because what I see here with this defence is the best that we've got in this current scenario. Badi Ashil is kind of there, like waving at me, saying, "Are you sure? Like, I've been really good when I've played, you know, but I've just lost." He just lost his place for no reason. Same as Datro Fofana. Had more shots, I think, against Southampton than any other attackers had all season long for us. But yet he can't even get on the bench. It's just become a bit at Chelsea. Like, the more we dissect it, the more I just expect Lampard to field a team today, which makes us all just sit there with our head in our hands, knowing that after 4 minutes we're not going to win the game. I want to get to half-time against Arsenal tonight and be competitive. My midfield two is Kante and Enzo. Mateo Kovacic has been in such poor form that I just cannot justify playing him for this game. Kante's getting closer to fitness now, and Enzo, it's a difficult one with Enzo, because the early signs was we've got a player on our hands. He was pinging balls around, but since the last month and a half, or even since Potter was sacked really and Lampard came in, Chelsea's identity has literally just become frozen. So even the players that were exciting us, like Enzo Fernandez, MUDRYK was another one, even that now has become stale. It's become stagnant. And the expectation is that we will know as Chelsea fans when we watch us play that we probably won't score. And now even Lampard's alluded to it in his pressers. The fact that he says we've not got an attack, basically. He didn't say that word for word, of course, but he knows that there is an identity crisis that is formed through the DNA of Chelsea trying to attack. So with Enzo and Kante in a pivot, I think it gives us the best chance and the best hope. Moving in to my three behind the striker, Noni Madueke, Carney Chukwuemeka, and MUDRYK. We are talking high lines of inexperience here, but the fact of the matter is this game does not really matter other than trying to get the ignition to turn to make people start really understanding what it is, what it means. And I think so many of the players, you've got Mason Mount injured, you've got Sterling who just doesn't look bothered whatsoever when he's on the pitch. He's flapping his arms, running around, or running is an exaggeration. Noni Madueke has not been anywhere close to the team. Why? I don't understand it. MUDRYK, Arsenal wanted him, Chelsea got him. If he's not up for this game, if he doesn't start this game and isn't injured, I think Frank has officially lost the plot. And what this club has become has literally just taken over his brain like cordyceps. Because MUDRYK is the one player tonight who will absolutely want to get one over Arsenal, just to prove to himself that he made the right choice. Carney Chukwuemeka, again, another player who I think when Pochettino comes in, Chukwuemeka will have a big part to play. And I just think he deserves more minutes. I think when I've seen him play this season, he's been good. And it's just one of those, again, on the long list of players who, in Chelsea's dire times this season, there have been some positives. Kane Chukwuemeka, when he's played, has been one, but why don't we see them play again? What is it when tactical implementation, strategy does seem so far away? Why do we see some of these exciting young players nowhere near the starting 11 or sometimes even the squad? My striker is Aubameyang. Again, let's just put Aubameyang up there. In the last match we played, at least he had a couple of shots on target in that second half when he came on. And Aubameyang, in terms of his career, we've kind of forgotten about the elite level that he once was. He was a high-profile, high-level striker. Lampard said it himself. And he's ready. He might not be as fit and as sharp as he has been before. Yes, he's getting older. And B, how do you motivate these Chelsea players? But I think Aubameyang understands. As much as the connection he had with Arsenal before, Aubameyang knows what these big derby games mean to the fans. And when we think about what we've seen from Chelsea recently, how many of those players know and feel just how much this form has hurt us and how desperate we are to turn it around, even if we can't lift a trophy aloft this season? I just want to see some positive direction, anything. My score prediction tonight, I don't think we'll get a result here. I don't think we'll score a goal. I've thought with my team, give us the best chance of trying to score, but this is a Lampard team and it will probably be very different to what I've put down here. I think we lose 3-0. I think Arsenal, they've still got so much to play for. They've got to keep winning game after game in the hope that there is a miracle out there that sees City fall short somehow. Whereas Chelsea, I've seen nothing for so long, I can't sit here and say anything other than I don't expect us to win, because I don't expect us to win. Simple as that. Let me know your Chelsea 11s in the comments below. Let me know your score predictions. If we get a result here, I will be absolutely buzzing. Not just because Chelsea finally win, but it'd be nice to stick a nail in that Arsenal coffin, wouldn't it? Come on, you Blues.